I have got to get new intro music. Oh well, it works for now. I have got the latency turned way, way down because I discovered I'm for better or for worse, I'm using the new, because they're kind of forcing me, the new Livestream system, and at least I figured out what it is, and it's the fact that it's so weird. It generates a new stream key, which it's all mumbo jumbo that you probably don't care about. Hello, by the way. Hopefully your Saturday is going somewhat pleasantly. Go ahead and we'll load into this, I think is what I want. And a big old hello to Valdar, Deutsch, and Landa. Matthias there. For some weird reason, I defaulted the last name first. And Gummy. So what we are going to be, just while people slowly trickle in, we're going to be testing it, which means I'm going to be using all sorts and sundry. Wanted my iPad. Okay. Let me in. There we go. I need. Shut up. I'm okay. I'm alright. Oh, looks like my OBS is catching up and actually typing in all of the things that have been said. Cool. That's good to know. That's right, I did do that. Okay, anyway. That all aside. We will be using cheats, but we will be showing off everything that's new. But do keep in mind, and I'll say this a couple of times as we go, but do keep in mind something may be wonk or not looking right or something. And that's kind of... Okay. I apparently saved this after I did that. Go me. That's kind of the point. We're looking for various and sundry things that could be the matter, and, you know, more eyes are better than two. You know, 4 eyes are better than 2, and so on and so forth. But do keep an eye out and see if anything's looking wonky. This is the Cold Assault armor, which is going to be in the next update, which is awesome. Clone Force 99, not editable. Editable? You can't... words. You can't really change much about them. I did goof up, and for some weird reason, I decided to put a forearm option on everybody. Okay, that looks to be everybody done. Although I can tell you that something is fixed, which is nice. So I'm going to explain this to you as best as I can, bearing in mind that I don't know what I'm talking about. So, a pretty standard internet person explaining something, I suppose. In games, if I were to zoom in all the way to his noggin here, it is going to, for one, make me realize that I've got the wrong face, and consequently, you can see parts of his face through the thing, so we'll fix that. But if I zoom all the way into this guy's face, I'm just using the same character pool from the Space Marines, which is why stuff is coming through with different names. I'll switch them to CT as we go. But the texture of the helmet, as I understand it, as Poncho's explained it, the texture of the helmet actually goes up. So, great. But then when you zoom away, the texture of the helmet actually goes down. The texture quality, the texture resolution goes down. And when that happens, stuff would occur. And the conundrum that was happening to poor Poncho, and I think he figured it out, was Blitz's helmet here is actually multicolorable. Just to prove a point, we're going to pick some 2 really spazzed out colors here. We're going to go with neon-ish orange and just full-blown neon green. So you can see that his helmet is dual colorable, and he's using different tint maps and stuff, so colors actually look a little better, and everything. We're going to look at several different armors as we test, but it's dual colorable now. It doesn't have to be gray unless you want it to be gray, in which gives a lot more creativity and liberty to the design, which is great for XCOM 2. That being said, when we zoom out, there would be these weird something to do with something. I don't know. Again, this is it's like texture resolution and map and don't ask me. But we get these fun red dotted lines on the edges of the dual colorable helmet. So what we've got to do, and I meant to do it before I started this and I forgot, is we've got to exit back to the main menu here. We're gonna, because XCOM actually remembers your old settings and you can turn your graphics down, and the memory will keep a hold of the fact that you had the textures high, so you can't turn the graphics down and actually test what we need to do. So we are going to take the graphics and we're just going to crank them all the way down to minimal. And what that's going to enable us to do is it's going to enable us to test and look for those annoying red dots, which is what we need to look for. And also the game runs considerably faster when you crank the graphics all the way down to Zippo. Just me that can't play XCOM 2 without mods. I did a not modded playthrough, not on the channel, just personally, and I still had mods. I was like, I'm going to play it without mods, and realized there were some that I just couldn't live without. Okay. Good stuff. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do here... So like I said, we really are going to be testing things. We're going to be... let's go with neon pink, because neon pink is fun. And then let's go with something just as bright in the neon green. But that's going to enable us to test a few different things here. So we're actually just going to go through all the helmets. So this is kind of dual purpose in the fact that, number one, it lets me show off all the helmets that he's worked on, so anything that's new. And then on top of that, enables us to test at the same time. And the ones that we really... helmets that had this problem are any of the dual colorable. Again, this is work in progress, so if something's missing or looks just spazzed out really weird... Actually, you know what? Pink may not be the best idea, because the lines... again, this is going beyond my know-how, but the lines will be red, and it may be difficult to see it beside the pink. So let's go with yellow. That's actually almost the colors of Doom's Legion anyway. Okay. So what we are looking for here, like I mentioned, are those... If you see, just holler out in the chat, if you see some red dots, it's mainly going to be on the dual colorable helmets. We're not looking at the quality of the lines because I turned the graphics down to -12. So it's not going to look particularly pretty. It doesn't need to. We need to find those red lines, and they pop up when the textures are low, which is why I turned the graphics down to minimal. These are actually old helmets, so there shouldn't be anything. We just need to make sure, number one, that nothing's missing. Number two, that nothing looks super weird. For example, there was a glitch where this wouldn't color right that he fixed. So we're just taking a gander here at... While also taking a long... We'll take a good long look with everything on high graphics, because we've got to make sure it works there that way too, and you can take a good long gander. These are new, by the way. Pretty cool. And that'll keep you awake at night. Okay. I don't think... A few texture overhauls. We've got the Bad Batch. A few new and improved helmets. And the way that the tinting also operates is different. But we're mainly looking for those red dots with these dual colorable helmets here. But as you can see, I mean, you know which colors I've got where. I've got the green and the yellow, so anything that's green and yellow will tell you right there the increased I can think it's creation. What do I want? Liberty. That's the word I want. Liberty. The increased liberty that you've got. That just happens to be green. That is not connected to any color. Just as an FYI, I don't want to be, oh, it's finally colorable. Not yet. Boomer's got some multicolor on him now. A lot of different things are now multicolored. Jesse's arc from the new episodes. I'm not going to say anything about the episodes because they're fairly new still. But tons more liberty in what we can and can't do. I don't see any of those nasty red dots anymore. Hello, Titan. Bly's multicolorable. Was he always multicolorable? I just missed it? Maybe? Don't know. But really what we're looking for are those annoying and nasty red dots. And I have not noticed any as of yet, which is great. Just spectacular. What's that? Oh, that's green. Or yellow. Colors. Okay. There's actually a ton of new face props that are colorable that weren't colorable before, which is really nice for those of us who... Okay, that may be a glitch. I'm gonna guess that it is. It's just missing the tintable... I think it's called like a tintable map or something. Pretty sure it's missing it. There's some of that red that really shouldn't be there. Should be an easy fix for them. Just need to make a list. And that's why we grabbed the iPad. Not a sponsor, although they are more than welcome to be one. Actually, we'll just open up Discord and it's even better. Okay, so we had the Phase 1 65th here. Cannot tint. Cannot tiny. Don't autocorrect my typing. And then the 65th heavy. And we continue. Okay, Toki, artichoke. There's part of me dies having the graphics this low. I do not like it. I assume it's vents. I don't even know what these are supposed to be for sure. I assume it's vents of some kind. Stone does too. Stone phase 2. Vent red lines. Most of this will disappear once we turn the graphics back up, which is why I had to crank them down to Zippo and a half. Phase 2. 41st. Vent red lines. And here we go. Do need to know whether or not that's supposed to be a thing, but I'll ask him that later. Phase 2 vent red lines. I will look at the chat here in a minute. Oh, come back. See, they should be black like that. They shouldn't have the red nastiness. That's another one of these things where the triangles sometimes are editable or editable. Sometimes they aren't. This is great. Most of them are fixed. Oh, there's another one. Grr. Testing is fun. I do enjoy testing because it enables me to get to use stuff sometimes early, but on occasion it does mean that you get to do the boring. I'll keep you awake at night. Anyway, cool. Most of it's good to go. Nothing. Let's quickly. I don't think that was the big thing. So let's. The nice thing is I don't have to drop out of the game to crank the graphics back up to maximum here. In case you're curious what the game looks like when people run it low. Okay. Some of the newer... Did I not click on the thing? I'm dumb. I'm very dumb. Okay, let's just pull up your standard Phase 2 helmet so that we can look at some of the new and improved... Okay. Those aren't new. I'm gonna look for what's new and what isn't. None of these visors are brand new, just the tinting works a little different. What we're also looking for is missing names. Here's something new and improved and exciting. These are now, there's different options. If you want some of the old ones, you still can, but you can go with primary or the secondary color. I'm not hitting up. You can do it with the stripe. You can do it with the other stripe. You can do that or that. None of these were colorable before. This is amazing for those of us who like to use the micro binoculars but hated that it was always white. Different textures, better coloring. Should notice that the colors look better too, which is a big thing. Without the side by side, it's not quite as noticeable. And actually, if I were to turn the graphics in the MSAA up all the way, which my computer just starts to flip out, it looks ever so slightly better. These, that just doesn't look right because they're not on the right helmet. What we're also looking for, I don't see anything missing names anymore, and the helmet lamps are looking good, and they should be off right now. I want to say, and we'll test it to find out, but I want to say that these actually have emissive properties now, so they operate like flashlights. Don't quote me on that, but we will learn soon enough. I don't think there's any new these. I don't think there's anything real new and exciting there. I think, yeah. Okay, let's quickly go through and take a gander at what we do have now in the mod that Poncho's worked on. Oh, that's fun. I didn't notice that. Missing texture. Completely MIA texture. Again, this is work in progress. This is why we test, so that when it's released to everybody, it's not. This isn't here, which is a big issue. Art Trooper Echo, missing fin texture. That's fun. I hate testing only because I have to find stuff that's wrong with stuff that people have spent time on. It's like, oh hey, you missed this, and now I feel bad for existing. Okay. I don't know how I missed that when I was going through on the lower graphics. It's crazy. Anyways, the options we've got, oh, that'll keep me awake at night. Send a commando. Clone Phase 1. Some of these aren't new. The new helmets, I think these are new helmets. Don't quote me on that. You can see there's dual colorable, because right now I've got yellow and green, so you can mess with those colors to your heart's content. To be completely honest, I don't know what's new and what's not. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I know this is new. Some of them I can tell you, oh, this is obviously definitively new. So we can have the Phase 1 Cold Troopers now, which is actually one thing I was waiting on before I started the unnamed clone run. So I can start that now. That's exciting. I know a good number of these aren't new, but it is important to take a gander at the coloring itself and the colors and the background. You should notice, if you were to side by side between the mod that you currently have access to and the one that I'm using, now these aren't colorable at all, then you should notice a difference in the color quality and how it works. All these different pilot helmets. I do know that Echo's missing his fin texture. That's okay. Conveniently, these all work now. Some of these are I don't know. I don't know if any of these pilots are new. This is still my favorite. Out of everything that we've gotten, this is still my favorite. Let me see here. Just keep going through. Like I said, this is dual colorable, but you can see it better now that the graphics aren't on poo. Jesse's arc with it being colorable, so you don't have to. There's a lot of freedom now. Customizability, freedom of, no, whatever. Lots of customizing can be done. And we will take a look. There's some new torsos. The long requested, I think it's long requested, engineer torso is now a thing, if I recall correctly. And I haven't noticed it. And there were some of these helmets later. Sorry, I was going through with it on the side. But we'll take a gander at a couple of these helmets. Notice it's not red here. That's why it's the problem. If I were to pick Sthlm and back up, can't really see it well, but it is turning red. So that's just a little, that's what we were looking for, just on a larger scale, which thankfully it's all been fixed now. I have pictures somewhere of it on a large scale on the actual face itself going, which is like, meh. So I don't... The big thing, is Roland new? Why do I not... I don't think Roland's new. I just don't remember Roland is what that amounts to. This is, I'm fairly, I want to say just a whoops. It's just missing the ability to be colored. It probably has a specific name that I don't remember, which I already logged. Just tons of options. Quite a few things, if you've been paying attention, where green's popping up that actually green would not have popped up before added. Now this is a thing where I don't know which one is supposed to be correct. One of these is wrong and one of these is correct. I just don't know if he wants this to be colorable or if he, oh, curse you, or not. He's also working on some Imperial weapons too. You can go to the Discord and see pictures of those. Locke's helmet's looking very nice, and so is the Horn Company. This was like missing all of its textures before, so that's been completely corrected. That's excellent. Awesome. Okay. Let's keep Sthlm here. I'll have you guys help me design a couple of clones here in a minute. Left arm, right arm. Don't think there's really what we're looking for here as we test together is missing textures for the most part. Is this intentional? Is that a mark that's supposed to be there? I don't know. So missing names, missing textures, things not coloring correctly, stuff like that, which I doubt we're going to find anything along those lines. I don't remember there being a big kerfuffle. And if you're just watching to see what options are in the mod now, anything that's yellow is a color that we've chosen, and then anything that's green, if you're joining us just a few minutes after. And I will look at the live chat here in just a moment. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. Just trying to kind of quickly test. I don't want the stream to be super long. Oh, that looks actually pretty snazzy with the colors I've picked. For the obnoxiousness of colors that I've chosen, that doesn't look bad. You can actually see that Waxer's emblems are now green as compared to just the default. I think you were stuck with red and you could not pick anything else, so that's exciting. A lot of different dual colors. I'm not entirely sure that all these dual colors were possible before. Don't quote me on that. I think, yeah, kicks his left arm. Kicks. Phase 2 left arm. Stuck in red. Okay. I can tell you from using the old version of the mod that shouldn't be. So, and yes, they're supposed to be missing arm parts. There's a forearm option that all those show ARC troopers. Okay, Blaze Trooper arm, cool beans. Let's just go with. Which is default. Right arm. Let me look at the donut. Says, imagine if Battlefront 2 had this level of customization for clone troopers. That'd be something else. the biggest argument was always against having stuff against canon, but then the game launched with all the heroes from all eras working in all other eras, which kind of blew that argument out of the water. I think I already said hello to Titan. I did not say hello to Federico, so hello. I think more people buy BF2 then, in response to that. Yeah. Valdar is asking, do you know when the next XCOM 2 Deathwatch playthrough is? I'm hoping to have it up Monday. Is probably when it's going to go up. Might not be, because I've been super unwell, and there's a couple other videos that are at the priority of wanting to get them uploaded, as because we're going to be doing some things for MS Awareness Month. We'll be doing a whole lot more streams, things like that. So really, really exciting stuff that we've got planned, and then but I need to make a video explaining how exactly donations work. Because we're going to be raising money for a particular fund. I'm not going to talk about the specific fund or who it's to, other than it is for MS. And what the fund does is it actually helps people who maybe can't afford to get medical care that they need. It helps cover what they can't afford, or what insurance doesn't cover, you know. So it's really awesome. But there are minor things like the fact that if you donate through the channel specifically, it counts as an anonymous donation, which we'll cover this in the video that I make about it, which consequently means you know, you don't get any kind of tax write-offs. So we need to make sure we cover stuff like that, and the fact that the place that I'm asking for donations, or not even asking for donations, but anyway, that the channel makes super chats, stuff like that during the month of March, will all go towards that to raise awareness for MS and then raise money for that fund. But we have to cover stuff like the fact that I was not actually asked by the organization to raise money and stuff like that, legal disclaimers, and give the option, if you want to be able to have a tax write-off, to give it directly to them and stuff like that. So that's why I have to make a video about it first before I talk about it in great detail, but it will all be for multiple sclerosis, which March is MS Awareness Month. Color is orange, so I encourage you all to get a orange-themed little profile picture and all kinds of other stuff. The Discord, all roles will be orange for the month, stuff like that. So some cool stuff there. We're going to be streaming quite a variety of games, but as many streams as we can fit in. Most videos will be premieres, so that there'll be live chats and stuff that we can be engaged with each other. It's really cool. I have a whole lot of plans, and hopefully most of them can take place. I've not seen anything really, you know. Looks like we've got all the names and stuff like that. I think I distracted myself before I finished reading the live chat, though, so we'll go. I always hear people saying it's amazing. I know it's gotten much better since launch, but it still feels boring to me. I've been enjoying Battlefront 2, actually. I've been playing co-op a lot, and I really enjoy that. Personally, it's just my... I've been enjoying playing with the original trilogy people. I have chest guards, but for some reason it decided to default and give me... Oh, he was already wearing it. I just didn't realize it. MS month is 212th month. Yes. But that took me way too long to figure out. I read it, and then it took me a minute. It took me a minute to get there. It's like, eh. And I have latency turned way down, so I should be able to respond very quickly. I'm going to be doing an AMA, where you guys can ask me stuff about MS, how I handle MS if you want, or you know, all kinds of other stuff. What is going on your shoulder? Left shoulder. No, go away. Stop that. How dare you? Playthrough is going... Oh, I already answered that. XCOM video. I bet I'm late to the stream too. No, really, you weren't. Started like 8:15, 8:20, and you were there pretty close afterwards. Do we have purge troopers now? Not technically. You can get pretty close if you try, though. In fact, we might even try just for the sake of it. Looking at the torsos. Again, we are testing as we go, so if you see something missing, there have been quite a few little... I've got tiny little lists, but it's not real substantial. If you notice that the type of yellow or green looks way off as compared to what we've been looking at, be sure to shout that out for me too, because it's one of the reasons I've got the latency on the stream turned way, way down. because I don't always see colors the best. Due to the MS, actually, so. I also know that orange, because I'm all about orange during this month, I'm all about orange any time of the year, because it's MS awareness color, but it's also as kidney cancer awareness, and orange is a color for other things as well, other awarenesses. But I always like to at least shout out kidney cancer, because that's kind of... I went to church with someone who had kidney cancer, so it's kind of... We shared the camaraderie of the color orange. So again, be sure to shout out for me if you see any names missing. While we're... It's almost like a mini showcase as we show all the different options, but more so than that. Through and through, we're just trying to test this sucker to make sure it's working. But anyways, there will be a lot more streams, stuff like that, which is really exciting to me. Okay, these weren't messed with at all, if I recall correctly. He didn't even mess with not one aspect of it. These are all the Bad Batch people. Looking for anything with the names, just real freaked out. I don't see anything. I don't see any textures. Real wonked. I didn't realize that the heavy gunner had like stuff on his... I didn't realize that. Jungle Trooper. Why is 101st Classic Chest Guard black? Was it? Oh, it's not black. It's silver. It's the Jet Trooper 501st Classic Chest Guard. It's shiny silver, but it does look a tad black, doesn't it? But it's not. It's not black. Good question though. I wanted to say we had engineer chest guards. It was like the big thing. We've got the Cold Assault Trooper chest guard with the little antenna physics, which brings me too much joy. You just don't see it tonight because my brain is past tired. Here's the engineer tunic, or tunic? Where did tunic come from? Anyways, it's the engineer. Finally, after all this time, we have the engineer chest, which a lot of people have wanted. So you can now officially have all the classes of the, I think, original Battlefront 2. I think. Don't quote me on that. Let's go with engineer for now. I'm going to make the classic engineer. That's what I'm going to do. And then once we've shown everything off, just to make a few different clones that we can take on a fight or two to make sure everything looks to be in order that way. What am I looking for? I need the engineer. Engineer. There it is. Hoorah. As far as torso gear goes, and look for anything new. We do have the Jesse torso armor, which looks funky because of the torso that I'm using. Just keep that in mind that a lot of these are going to clip because of the chest that I'm using. Those are old attachments. That's fine. I think the texture quality of some of these went up, and I now realize I can't keep this torso while I'm showing these off because everything clips. Let's try again, because I can't really look at what's going on. Hello! Name I will butcher again, so I'm going to go with Campbell again because it's safer. And then I'm going to say hello to Nas.Games. I'm not a big fan of the guns, the default guns of XCOM 2 either. I just haven't changed his loadout yet. Let's see here. But we do have ARC Trooper Jesse, which is nice. I think he upped the resolution of these textures, which is very exciting. I think you can really... Did I not just turn on the... Let me zoom. Okay, you won't let me zoom. Fine. Well, I don't like you then either. But you can really see the uptick in the quality of some of these textures. I mean, they're getting obnoxiously good at this point. One of the things that you'll notice is some of these secondary tint options now that did not used to exist. So you can see, again, green is either a primary or secondary. But take a gander at these things. If it's not green or yellow, then it's some sort of locked-in color. But this gives us so much more freedom and creativity that we did not have previously, which is great. Tons more freedom is the word that I'm going for. Legs here. That is just an obnoxious glitch with the game. Catch up to me, game. Catch up to me. There you go. There you go. So the Cold Assault Trooper has its own custom legs. So some pretty hotly requested armors. Got the Bad Batch, which people asked for a ton. Again, let me know if you see any leg names that are missing. I'm loving these chest webbings. The pauldrons look great now. Again, green is... words. Can't find them. I deliberately picked nasty-looking colors that do not in any way complement each other, just for the sole purpose of making it very evident to anyone watching what is what. So this is secondary and primary and stuff like that. I've not noticed any names missing or the underscores being stuck that weren't supposed to be there previously. And there's so much. Turtle did amazing. Dim did amazing. And comparatively to what we used to have, I don't think he ever fixed that. I don't think he did. This is actually a prime example of what I was talking about. Let's see, phase 2. Company legs. Not Corn Company eggs. Legs, you silly tablet. Darker. Just get this sent over to them ASAP so that they can be fixed as soon as possible and then it can be released. Woot woot. But case in point, color of yellow, not the same color of yellow. It's subtle, but it is noticeable. Okay, so just for sake of having a default engineer, we're just going to go with default basic legs, and I'll fix the torso here in short order. The textures of the commas were, I think, improved for like a 15th bajillionth time. Okay, game. Alright, well, let's start from the bottom then. But you can tell. You can kind of tell in the sheen and the overall look of the texture. It's impressive. It's truly impressive. Jesse's boring comma. Just so boring. It's just so boring. I'm sorry. They could have done 6 billion things, and they went with just a line. They could have done all kinds of cool designs for his comma in the new season of the show, and they went with... Anyway. That's not new. Then we got the variety of commas. Okay, well, I don't actually want a comma, so no. Shins, I think the only thing that's new is 5, or not 5s. Jesse's just all colored nonsense. So just for sake of having people, I think I've got the game difficulty set to like -12 as well. Let's get rid of this boring. I can't have the shotgun because he's not a high enough level, but there's that. I know for certain, let's see, let's grab you. I know for certain that there aren't any new weapons for the clones as of yet. Things are being worked on, as far as I'm aware. I know that the Westar M5 blaster rifle actually was reworked and redesigned with better and higher texture quality and stuff like that. And we've got the EE, that's not what I want. The DC-15A, the DC-15S, the DC-17M was reworked not too long ago, so if you've not touched the mod in a long time, I mean, you can take a look at that. This is not brand spanking new, but fairly new to the mod as compared to others, and I've never touched on it before. but a new sniper in the form of the M5 sniper. The DX15 or the DC15X is new, and then these DC17M was worked on a while ago with the better quality of textures and whatnot. So from there, we've got the DC17C, and then the DC17 and the DC17K, which is just this one's slightly longer. That one's the default that you see in a lot of the Clone Wars stuff, and this is the super duper long looking beefcake of a pistol from the cartoon, the initial cartoon. Shield is still the same shield that we had before, which looks really good. Still, pay no mind to the fact that it's upside down. It goes right side up when you equip it. Nothing new, but Nas asked what we had there. Okay, let's go ahead and give him carbine back. We'll take the shield away and put a pistol on his side. I could spend an obnoxious amount of time having fun with the fact that we have antenna physics. Actually, I think he fixed it. I think he did fix it. He fixed it. Look at that. So before, because it's fixed, I can point it out. Sometimes if I know stuff isn't fixed, I don't point it out because people don't notice if you don't point it out. It doesn't move anymore. This does. So we still have antenna physics. But we don't have, like this was moving around as if it was barely connected, which was obnoxious. Still no thermal detonator. Someday somebody will go to the bother of reskinning a grenade for 2.3 milliseconds of screen time. I wouldn't, but it does exist. There's I picked the wrong pistol. There, that's the actual correct one. The nice thing is, if you use stuff like Uniform Manager, and you save a uniform, you call it like CA for Cold Assault, and then you make it global, then you can just totally kit out your soldiers for different environments. There's a mod that tells you the biome you're going to be fighting in, so it's pretty impressive. It's like, okay, cool, well, I'm doing a phase 1 run, or what I do personally is, and you'll see it in the series that I'm going to do, tier 1 armor is phase 1, and then the rankings only go up. There's no customization to make them look special at all. All phase 1 armor, and then if you're a lieutenant or a captain or whatever, you get the specific colors of blue and green and what have you. And then when you go to the next tier, it's still, so tier 2 armor in Xcom. I do phase 1 armor for the clones, but then they get to customize and kind of become people utilizing their nicknames, and we create custom characters off of that. Then for tier 3 armor, I put the phase 2 armors on. But if you wanted to do things a little more regulatory, for lack of a better term, and be like, okay, we're all going on this mission, we're going someplace with snow, let's equip everyone with the Cold Assault for the phase 1. We can do that with antenna physics. Have I mentioned I like those a lot. Also, just for sake of immersion, I use the Soldier Scaler mod to make Wrecker just a tidbit beefier than the rest of them, because he is. And I don't think he's got an official name, so we're not even going to bother to try, and I am going to have to... I don't have the clone voices on. Whoopsie.
Stepping off.
Alright, well, they're all going to sound like that. Just go all with American English 1, because that's what the clones always sounded like. Alright, so I think we've got everything pretty well figured out. More recently, he also added flashlights to all the clone weapons, which work in-game. So I'm hoping we get a nighttime mission here shortly. I do want to... hang on. It's easier if we just put them in a armor already, because then I can get to what I want faster. Just for sake of testing some of the new things, we're going to take a Cold Assault Trooper. We're going to take a... you've already seen the commandos. We're going to take a couple of the Bad Batch to make sure that they're looking all right and snazzy. And then let's go ahead and grab a classic Jet Trooper. And let's put the... because I want to see if it works. And then I just have to hope that we can get a nighttime mission to spawn in. So good luck to me. Okay, there was definitely a faster way to do this. But we have selected the slower way, and so be it. I think... Oh, don't tell me the headlamps were at the... Okay, well, they were, and that is what it is. I'm pretty sure... He wanted me to take a look at the glass. The glass does not look bad. For the lower face props, we'll go ahead and put that JT12, which I think is what we want. Body, torso, gear... Let's see, torsos... Okay, there's a faster way. We're just gonna do it the faster way. I give up on trying. Left arm. Mainly because I just absolutely love this armor. And I know in the game he never had headlamps, but for sake of making sure that they work the way that I'm pretty sure they're intended to work at this point, we're taking it. Also, it looks a lot more silver when he's wearing all of it. It looks a lot less black. Someday, I think it's a plan at some point to create like a chrome version of the jetpack. Someday. Don't quote me on that. Also, I think if you've got Iridar's jetpack mod, I think this works with it. I think. It does beg the question though, is this coverable by the secondary tint? It's not, so it's just stuck bright white. Okay. Just for sake of knowing. And then we will give you the long rifle. He looks beautiful, and it gives us the option to test him. Pay no never mind to the fact that I didn't fix his name. I also don't remember what I don't remember what we're using as far as anything goes. I don't remember. Here, we'll name him Tim because I see Tim in chat, and so we'll just name him Tim. It still looks more black to me, but oh well, it's still very funky armor. It may be the streaming of it. I can tell you, I have trouble seeing colors, and he looks silver to me, but it may not come through properly on a live stream. I think. Should be good to send this. So send that. Okay, I send that to Poncho. Yeah, I agree. It's intense. Engineer, random numbers. May look more silver once we get a mission to no, I don't need rookies. I also don't need this. I don't care.
Kind were once the puppets of Advent, slaves to the Elders' twisted vision. Now, slowly we are freed, and all who see their bonds broken are driven to fight the Elders with a rage that cannot be stopped. By our own hands,
nighttime.
we will destroy all that
Do me the solid of being a nighttime. Time on arrival 12:08. Well, that's not definitive. Is this? What time frame is it? Hang tight. I want to take 5 people. Sure. We'll name the one guy that I left Liberator is. Oh, I don't want to restore. Do not restore. It already did. Oh, I forgot I played on default. That's nice. I need mod settings. Oh, well, crumbs and crackers. I can't do mod settings because
Commander,
I don't
the
have
lab
that.
is currently
Yeah,
idle.
that's what happens when you don't turn half the mods on.
Time and resources
Oh,
by not
you
conducting
shush
any
it.
research. Please consider providing us with a directive as soon as possible.
Okay, so let's not take Wrecker, or let's not take Hunter. I'm taking Wrecker because I think he looks cool. And then let's grab Tim, and we'll rename Liberator over here. This isn't a playthrough, but just for sake of posterity. There we go. So he's got the engineer chest, he's got the engineer. It's great. I'm not... This is from the new season of Clone Wars. So I'm not going to say much about it other than it's here. And then I'm going to fix the fact that that's a thing. There we go. That is the weapon that he typically uses. I'm hoping this is a nighttime fight so that we can see if the headlamps work. Oh, please be nighttime. Please be nighttime. Please be nighttime. Please be nighttime. It's easy. I think we're on easy on top of that. Oh yeah, I'm using this.
Sky Ranger deployed.
You can also see
Squad green to deploy.
in the server, he's working on a new shuttle. NU, I think it's like new class something or other. Somewhere way back. He's got a special room. He ended up...
We've been keeping an eye on an intermittent signal moving through this area, and we think it's tied to an unprotected terminal on board one of the Advent trains. We can't pass up a chance to retrieve their data on the latest alien project, so we're moving on the train. Eliminate all hostile forces with extreme prejudice. If we can seize control of that data, we might have a shot at stopping their progress.
Well, I thought I could quickly and hastily find the... Oh yeah, there it is. No way you're going to be able to see this easily in this tiny little corner, but that is the interior of what he's working on, so there's that.
Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. The access point we're after.
So
is just
the
ahead.
headlamps and everything
Move to secure the area.
should
Expect
be...
hostile resistance.
Yeah, I think he like custom made the entire interior. The headlamps and stuff, I think,
Affirmative. Moving out.
are supposed to be... They're not going to be using clone voices, I'm sorry, but that means I have to reboot the game, and I'm not
Will do.
doing that, so they're all just using the same voice.
The Advent officers seem more capable.
And
than
apparently I'm not
grunts.
using the
We're
battle
not sure whether to
droid
chalk it up to training or stricter mind control.
replacer either. And then Dim 2 is
Let's
what I've
do
taken
this.
to call on him. Is working on
Time to motor.
things as well, so...
Confirmed.
And climb. You can also turn on stuff. I don't turn it on because it is difficult. It was pretty funny. It is difficult to commentate or think, which I kind of like, but it also murders the frame rate, which is not near as enjoyable to watch. But you can turn on stuff like idle suppress. Okay, we're fighting now.
We've been spotted.
And I don't feel like... This is what you do when you
These
test.
guys make up the bulk of the
Right
Advent
here.
forces we've
Yeah,
dealt with.
cheat your
They're
way to
disciplined
victory.
and well equipped, but their obedience
just-
makes them predictable.
Cheat your way. Okay, we've got headlights. Are the headlamps supposed to turn on? It's really the question of the millennia. And I don't know. 'Cause I mean, they're not. I really should ask these things. Definitely look better. I will ask for sake of asking. Wow, one letter changes guns to Huns. So instead of flashlights like guns, I wrote flashlights like Huns. Okay, anyway.
I'm on it.
Oh no, wait, they do. They're not lined up proper. Are they? Hang on, I saw something. It's there. It's difficult to see. Hang on. They're not lined up. Crud. No, I need to be able to stop. I think. Oh no, maybe I'm seeing things. I think there's something above Tim's head that is on and creating light. I just don't think it lines up proper. Anyway.
Closing on target position now.
I wish you had a shotgun just about now. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I wish. Yep, that checks out. Bye-bye, floor. Oh, can I be cheeky here? Oh, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. You see it, the light right above Tim's head. They're definitely there. And there's no longer a floor there. Ooh, glad I turned off take no damage because I just now realized I blew up the floor underneath my engineer. Whoops.
Orders confirmed. Moving out.
I needed random names, and so I just looked at people who had been active in the chat and ran with them.
I'm on it. Let's do this.
Can I press a... Yeah, there's like kill all AI. I can type it in and just skip the fight, but I don't... I want to make sure the stuff doesn't look too wonky. Look at the antenna physics. If that does not just excite you.
Although they bear some resemblance,
So I turn on a cheat that makes sure I don't take any damage.
their genetic structure now includes human DNA. They are stronger than ever, with an even greater psionic potential. This is for you!
I used the same character pool. And so some of them I remembered to rename, some of them I forgot to rename, and apparently I skipped Jubal. So it was just a wee little whoops on my part. Can I get you to some place where you can... Yeah.
Moving to designated position.
Pay no never mind of the fact that you're on the floor now. Hoorah! Okay, I don't want to hit that target.
Target's still up.
Anyway. I mean, friendly fire's on for them. We can't take any damage. That's the art of testing and cheating. Yeah, the headlamps appear to be working.
No! I want to go home!
I stopped watching. Why are we going ham? Oh, we're panicking. That checks out. It's not finished. I asked. I was really confused as to what I was supposed to be looking for, so I asked. It's just not done. Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's just, it's gorgeous. Now I always say, I don't think the rifle light conflict.
Confirmed.
But something about something's not finished. I don't. See, you look pretty silver there.
Shot failed to connect.
You'll be fine. I will explode the grenade right next to you. You'll be fine. Hoorah! Actually, that will remove the panic. Where am I going? Oh, I'm going over here.
Position confirmed.
It's something to do with... Because I'm sort of talking to Poncho as we go, who is the mod author behind this. But he does give all kinds of credit in the mod description as to where he gets models and things of that nature. That's his... It's the responsibility of the modders to give that particular credit where it's needed. And he's custom made stuff and things like that. But he did not make the models for the Bad Batch. They were made by somebody else. And they look great. I'm really enjoying us missing all these shots. I'm glad I'm not actually trying to win here. Oh, yeah, let's shoot and then run. Where are you going? Like I was saying, Dim 2 is working on a complete overhaul. Oh, stop! You're panicking. You're fine.
Got it. No need to ask twice.
I'm just excited to have flashlights on my... Yeah, you can see them. They're pretty faint, and they're above his head. Something to do with it being connected to the head socket instead of the socket of the gun.
I'm taking fire.
Don't ask me exactly how that...
Incoming over here.
Yeah. One of the DLCs added Advent armor as an option. Okay.
Here I come.
Let's get Wrecker up there. Cool thing, because I'm using the scalar mod, Wrecker's just mildly... Oh, crowns. I think it moved. That wasn't intentional, but it might just work out.
No longer a threat.
This is XCOM 2, not XCOM 3, just as an FYI. XCOM 3's... I don't even know if XCOM 3 is being worked on. One could be safe to assume that it is.
Moving out.
Because of, like, information, like, job postings and stuff. I watched a video on that not too long ago. Lots of missed shots. There's a Starship Trooper helmet of some sort. Beyond that, I'm not sure. Wow. I wish when I play for real shots like... Oh.
The Advent network terminal is shutting down. This is your last chance
Right,
to secure the data.
it
Commander,
burned up.
The access point we were after has been destroyed.
That's
We're not
alright.
getting into their network this time around. We should still secure the area
Failed the
and
mission.
eliminate the...
Hang on. I'll just save scum this and actually complete the mission since I don't have to worry about being shot. Everything seems to be working beyond that. I got lucky with it popping up in the first mission being a nighttime mission. It's really nice for that to work out for me. Let me see here. Oh, nice. We auto-saved at the beginning of that turn. Fine. Whatever. Okay. Xcom 2 console commands. There we go. Take me to Reddit. I will need these in a minute. Alright, how far back in time did I go? Alright, not too badly.
No need to ask twice.
Let's not light the
Solid
thing on
copy.
fire this time, eh?
On the move. Yeah, I can't move.
Okay, so the whole plan was to get Wrecker
Here I come.
up here. That's fine, shoot at him. See what happens when you try and shoot at Wrecker.
I don't feel so good.
Oh! My mod's not on. Or my cheat's not on anymore. That's alright, we'll just use the kill soldiers once we get back, but still. Guards comm of your own. Like where everyone plays as a guard instead, and like some people get upgraded. There actually is a work in progress mod that I think I've got access to now that will probably never be released that I could use. I just sometimes I'm leery of doing that just because people ask why they can't get it and
On my way.
stuff like that. But yeah, I've considered it. I know that Zoran does that, so you know I don't want to
Got some goods here.
straight up steal his idea.
Positive confirmation. information.
So I won't call it guards com, but I've considered it.
The Advent network terminal is
Hacky.
shutting down. This is your last chance to secure the data.
Ooh, look at that 4%. Yeah.
I'm in.
Hoorah.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the
So
area
this
is
does
secure.
work, but it was like floating
Status
above his
confirmed.
head.
Mission accomplished.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, there's a flashlight on that gun too. Oh, the flashlight comes off the bottom there. Look at that physics. Okay. I really do enjoy the fact that he's just a tad larger by using the scaling. I mean, it's not correct, but have I ever played Arma 3? No. Do I own Arma 3? I think so.
Advent officials revealed today's maneuver by local peacekeepers was a planned exercise. Citizens should not be
give or
alarmed.
take, I don't
All
remember.
weapon fire and wounds were simulated to better train Advent forces.
So this is not by Poncho. Poncho's ship.
Good work out there.
Last I saw
Commander.
is coming along.
We're one step closer to taking back our planet.
No idea. I've got some sort of mod conflict where I'm missing a mod. No idea why. It's like it disappears. There's nothing here. But I've only got some of the mods on, so that could very well be. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait for the clipping. Wait for it. And there it goes. It'll just phase through. And you know, it doesn't even break my immersion. Had I not been looking for it, I wouldn't have even noticed. Oh, shush. I don't care. Yep, story and
Making
whatnot.
progress, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings.
You and your crew have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today,
Okay,
Commander.
time to do some
Impressive
testing
work.
mumbo jumbo here. Give engineer. I think you put like 20 and it ups the level. And then we just hey. Okay, and then give scientist, just for sake of, like I said, testing. We're not actually playing to win here. Oh, we went back to engineer. Okay, and then we just. There we go. I've got a few engineers. I've got a couple, probably one could say. Just a couple. Not that many. With the scaling mod, you can make accurate death troopers in Phasma. You do have to be careful. The scaling mod gets really, really angry when you try and use physics sometimes. Okay, what do I need to do here? I need... Oh, come back, iPad. I hit the mic, sorry. Tech. Here's what I really need to test. I'll leave anyway, I don't care. Can I then go down to here and build these? Yes, I can, but I have to. Oh, crumble. Add item, I think, and then supplies, and then if I just go ham with the zeros here. Okay, and then I think it's just remembering all of these from. I would prefer to not look at all of them if. Alloys. deploy. There we go. Because what we need to do is make sure that the armors actually work on both tiers of or all 3 tiers of armor. I don't know why I backed out of that. Boom.
Aptly named Predator armor.
Go away, I don't care. Okay, a few soldiers. The one thing that I... Oh, wait, heal all soldiers. Heal all... So this is what you do if you don't want the game to be fun at all. You just... Okay, now we should be fine. There's an ass. Okay, just for sake of... I know the helmets usually carry over just fine. But let's just... No, there's never... If it's a live stream, there's never... Or even a not live stream, there's never anything such as talking too much. Just for pure educational purposes. Chatting, commenting, liking of videos, being subscribed. It's all things that help the algorithms make the video more recommended, which is great for the channel. So no, there's never so much as... I mean, don't spam, but conversation-wise, it's fine. Is there an Alien versus Predator mod? There's a Predator mod where you can make your guy look like the Predator. And then you can fight the aliens. So there's that. Looking for missing names. Looking for, I don't even care about red lines. I'm just making sure that everything still pops up. It can be a kerfuffle sometimes where load in faster. I'm running off of an SSD. It's just like, I gotta load in. Forgive me talking so much. One thing I would be curious about now is how many clone accessories fit on the First Order armor for some detailing on the troopers. I mentioned this, right? Yeah, I mentioned it. On the current First Order armor, I don't think any. They're beefier. They're meatier. There was a poll done to figure out what people wanted more after these clones. And I think Imperial Armor's won. So we'll probably get Death Troopers here before too long. I mean, Death Troopers again. We had Death Troopers once, but they kind of looked like they were put in oil. Okay. Right arm. Look for missing names or just an armor piece that's just not there. Casting is fun. What was that? Oh, that was the silver nonsense. Okay. I left the right arm. I don't care about the right arm. Let's look at the left arm here. There is the basic First Order armor that was done by Alfonso. And there is the Sith Trooper armor done by Avila. Will Poncho ever touch the first armors? I don't know. I would sure as heck love it if he did, because I love the First Order armors a whole bunch. And I think that they look really cool, and apparently I'm in the minority because nobody voted for them on the gosh darn poll. It just hurt so much. Don't see... I've not noticed any invisible arms or missing names. Kicks bug is already known and addressed. The missing arm parts there are intentional. It's part of the ARC Trooper arm. The rest of the arm is the forearm, which is a forearm option. Just case in point, there's the Sith Trooper arm. Anyway. And then arms themselves, because there are a few arms that do not have a separate thing. Okay, everything's still working. That's cool and good to know. Let's put Hunter's arms back on them. And onto the torsos. Do you think it's possible for someone to make a voice bat? Let's try to read for real this time. Tyler's asking, do you think it's possible for someone to make a voice pack for the Bad Batch, or would they not have enough lines? Well, there are a ton of actions that can be done in XCOM 2. Frankly and factually, you only need one line to assign. And boom, you've got a voice pack. Although that one line, like you might say, ready to go, you know, have Wrecker say I'm ready, or whatever that they say in the episode. And you could just assign that to every action, or only the actions that make sense, and then the actions that don't make sense, they just don't say anything at all. So you really don't have to have a ton of voice lines. The problem is that the game can randomly select from, you know, using RNG, can randomly select a response depending on the action. So dashing, not just doing a normal movement that's not a dash, shooting the gun, missing, hitting your target, killing the target, blah 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 blah. And it would either get really repetitive or they wouldn't talk much. Because there are lines, and who knows how many lines we'll have to choose from once all 4 Bad Batch episodes are out. I think it's 4. Don't quote me on that, but... Is it possible? Very. Will anyone do it? Probably not, because it would be all over the place. It would either be very repetitive or there'd be 0 talking, and either one would be not golden. To be expected if Imperials yet some hefty love. I will hope for ISB agent attire. It'd be cool if it did an Imperial run. I'd be an ISB. That's fine. First Order are cool, but as a fan of them, I do note the lack of variety we have between standard officers, jet troopers, and Sith troopers, Phasma and snow troopers. Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton of variety, but I still love them and want them to be in the game. Missing the Jedi, that's the only thing this mod needs. Well, there are... I mean, you can have lightsabers. And I did kit bash an Inquisitor once. You can go back and find that video where I showed a work in progress by Dim that I don't think will ever actually be publicly released. But I kit bashed a pretty cool looking Inquisitor using some different mods. I mean, there are other Star Wars mods that you can use to complement this very, very well. I have not noticed anything up and missing, which is insane. We already have the Short Troopers. I think they were commissioned. The Short Troopers look great. I mean, those are Imperial, but that's besides the point. Alright, let's put Hunter's legs on them. Everybody's there. Simple Jedi robes. We're done. Thank you, Tim.
New orders, Commander?
Give tech space. Powered armor. Boing. Build items. Armor. Do I have what I need? I need 20 Illyrian crystals, which I don't have. So, give item. Can't type. Illyrium. Good grief! I can't type. I'm freaking out. Illyri. Can't spell. Cannot spell. And I'm pretty sure it's like dust. Well, let's just check. Yeah. 10,000. Add item, not give item. Thought that's what I did before. No, I did. I did add items. There we go. And boom.
This is our basic power armor frame.
I don't care. I mean, I do care, but for sake of testing the mod, I don't care. Let's bring Hunter back. Poor guy's missing all his armors again. Body. Arms. I did think that the powered armor did look very snazzy in the game. I don't see anything missing, which is spectacular. Let's go to the left arm and begin this again. Begin again. I just need to have my peripheral vision on this because I'm just looking for missing things. Where's Delta Squad? It's there. They were updated to the new dice armor. They're in there. I just have skipped over them. But if you look at the arm names, you should see Boss and Scorch and whatnot. Back in the day, Captain Shack had a Jedi. Older series. Surprised no one has branched into Old Republic era armor for the Republic and Sith Empire. The sheer variety of attires is astounding. I can tell you why. The models would all have to be custom made, which either costs money or time. And conundrum with that being there's no high... Case in point, here's Sev and Scorch and Fixer and Boss, by the way. There's no high quality models out there for them. They'd all have to be custom made or ported from a game that had them at high quality, and neither exist. Okay, I'm going the wrong way. I need to go this way. I'm so happy that I forgot his name, but he's missing his arm, and he was found in the new episode of Clone Wars. Well, I'm not going to talk about who was found or who wasn't. And it's best that we not mention his name. I know exactly who you're talking about, but I'm not going to talk about him. Because of the fact that not everyone got to see the episode yet. It just aired yesterday. Some people may be waiting till the end, so I'm not going to talk about the new season at all till it's been out. Till the entire series has been out, or season has been out for about a week and a half, then I'll talk about it. But yeah, I was excited too. Just in response to this. Darth Vader's not in this mod. This mod is specifically clone armors. There is a Darth Vader mod out there by Avila. I'm also using the clone crew replacer mod. So all the crew are clone officers on the Avenger. Also by Avila. Sith Troopers, Avila. Quite a few things have been done by Avila. You can have a very immersive Star Wars experience in XCOM now. I mean, as soon as Dim 2... Oh, it reset my darn fangled arms. Once Dim 2, and I call him Dim 2 because Dim 1 made the armors of the Imperium. And he was Dim Dim. Dim 1 is Dim Dim 009. Dim 2 is like Dimidius or something like that, but I just like to refer to him as Dim 2 because it's fun. I've run out of things to say. We're still looking for the... We do this in an effort to prevent a big old problem once the mod launches. On occasion, something doesn't build right. It still causes a big problem, but what we're trying to prevent is when you get your hands on the mod, that it just works. But I decided to live stream testing it. But this is kind of the boring part of testing. Okay, so Hunter, we'll put you in your back. Hunter, my friend, where'd your chest go? There it is. For missing armors. That's an interesting clip problem. The Bad Batch armors are not near as interchangeable with the other armors. So what weaponry do the BB Squad use? I'll eventually watch the series, but I'm intrigued where they fit into the Republic roster. I assume with Special Forces. Depending on where you look and who you talk to, they're commandos. And I would say that is fairly accurate. I'm not spoiling anything that's not seeable in the trailers, which is the only reason I'm talking about it at all. So if you watch the trailer for the season 7, then you'll see what weapons they use. I will tell you, crumbs and crackers. I will tell you that as of yet, I've not noticed them actually referring to them as commandos, mainly because commandos have already been shown in the series. varies as to what weapon they use. Crosshair uses some sort of, I assume, custom-made sniper. Hunter uses a variety of things. Sometimes he'll pick up weapons, sometimes he uses pistols, sometimes he uses that default kind of commando rifle. Wrecker seems to use the commando rifle. And then Tech uses pistols more than anything else, although on occasion they'll pick up a standard clone weapon. That's just a... Cool. So everything's working. So the weapon that I've got Hunter holding actually is not accurate. He should be carrying around the bat. Just to be accurate to the show. And because of the animations in XCOM 2, his hand clips through the gun, but his hand is actually underneath it where it belongs in the main game. So if you've never used this mod before and you go, ah, but it clips, only in the armory, not actually in the main game, so that's kind of nice. Oh, can you make R2-D2 battle droids that were used when they were making Jedi out of prison? Something like that. I don't know what all they're adding in the, what all Dim 2's adding in the, words. I can't find them anymore. My brain's shutting down on me. But I don't know. You can see some of the work in progress stuff by Dim 2 over on the Discord just as a self shout out, but I know there's Magna Guards and commando droids and battle droids, super battle droids. AAT. I've seen pictures of that. I don't know. Anything that I know is all public. I don't know anything secret, super secret. Alright, let's wait for the next, just for sake of getting one more mission to load in.
We have a lead on the alien black site, but we'll have to rely on the
No,
local
I don't know
resistance
if
to
I'll have
actually
to.
get us into the facility. We should try to make contact with their forces in the region as soon as possible.
I tell you what bugs me.
It's the only way we're going to find out what's behind
is
this
the gun is
so-called
in Battlefront
Avatar
2,
project.
and it doesn't have the same sound as from the video game. I didn't even think it has the same sound from the show. Anyway, let's get a center. Not that I necessarily have to, but we're running on like easy, so it's not like it takes a very long time to clear these out. Is there zombie models of the clones? No. There is a Death Trooper enemy mod
are now in a difficult position.
by
Can you
Roland.
provide us with aid?
It's supposed to be standard lost.
Sector 9, Western United States.
Oh yeah, it's just it's not the same sound as
should be
the
aware.
as the
We're
game.
detecting lost activity in this area.
Okay.
Our forces will need to be especially vigilant.
Let's go ahead and nick the Bad Batch. Good time as any. We won't rename them, but so we'll keep the names of people. But oh, well, I already have Wrecker. I don't need to custom make Wrecker. Make Crosshair. So Naz can be Crosshair here. Get rid of the silly gauntlet. Torso, Crosshair, legs, Crosshair. Grab the helmet as well, make a Crosshair. Come on, game, you can do it. Thank you. Weapon, I don't care about the color of the weapon because it doesn't matter. Let's go with sniper rifle. I can't use his gun, so we'll use this one. Which isn't exactly what he uses, but you know, it's good enough. Send him with the standard DC 17. Grenade's not going to be very useful. Secondary utility item. Spec Ops combat knife. They do use knives. I think I read. I might slip up and spoil something about the Bad Batch, so if you don't want to hear me mess up by accident, don't keep watching. Because I don't know that I'll be able to prevent my very tired, MS-fatigued brain from spouting out that they do things, like I already did with the fact that they use knives on occasion, so... actually... let's see, Give Tech... I think it's Mag... Nah, I have to look it up. I don't really care about everything. Did it twice. Magnetize. We buns. Buns. What can I build? What can't I build? Alright, so all these. This is what I really wanted was Spec Ops alloy. Oh, fiddlesticks. Guaz. Is it not Guaz? How do I spell that? Oh. It's not Guaz. It's Gauze. Don't look at me, I don't know how to spell the word gauze. Just upgrade the weapon. But what I really care about is getting that next, combat knife. Give you the throwing knives. I don't exactly know what they're used for, if we're being honest with ourselves. I've never used them before, but they look neat, so that's different. Okay. Alright, I've already got Wrecker somewhere. Right there. Oof. Alright, let's uniform him. Just to make it easier for myself here. Because then I just have to hit down. Wrecker. We've essentially tested everything that we need to test. Now we're just playing around with this model a little bit before we end the stream. And then I need to fix that because it's stuck in the... That's not a glitch with the mod. It's the uniform that I'm using. Has it, because I wasn't paying attention. See, if you look, the uniform that I'm using's got it. And that's why I've got to just fix this. And then... Come on. We'll grab tech here. Tech. Man, the detail's insane. I mean, just case in point. Look at this. Okay, well, tech is not a great example. I mean, some of it's a good example, some of it's not as good. Let's get rid of that forearm problem. There we go. Okay, look at the loadout here. Pistols, we'll go with, I don't know which pistols they use, so I'm going to go with the longer ones because that's usually what the akimbo people use. Utility item, we'll grab a throwing knife because why not? And gremlin. He doesn't use gremlins, but it makes him more techy. If I was a gremlin, where would I be in the utility items? Gremlin! You are squatty, so where on earth is the gremlins? Okay, we're not taking them. I guess we're not. Because apparently, I don't know where the... Oh, is the gremlin a secondary? How much you want to bet it is? It sure is, so we're not doing that. Anyway. Yeah, that works out. You... that'll work. Look at the commenting a little bit. I just find videos like this and just watched it, and all they do is this customized characters, which I really enjoy. It is fun to customize, especially if people are watching and enjoying it. The more you tell me, the more excited you make me for the series. I hate my phone, but you get the point. Spoilers just get me more excited. Fun fact, it's K for akimbo, checks out. Expect me to use my brain. That's really... This mission should be no problem. I'm using tier 2 weapons on the 3rd mission of the game and wearing tier 3 armor, so that's fun. So I'll keep Tim and Nass as the names just for funsies. And then for sake of just getting the voices a little different here. Just try and grab some accurate... Because they all have the same voice, actually make them a little more accurate. When I first heard of the new, I thought it was going to be like a clone out of nowhere.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my very best to not really talk about the story much. But so far it's pretty good. I mean, if you want to know where the story goes and you want to watch it for free, you can watch the storyboards from like 5 years ago. It's pretty accurate how the story goes. But with the new coat of paint.
One of our contacts in the Resistance has reached out with an emergency request. Advent forced some of their people into hiding inside the remains of the old city nearby, and they've lost contact with the group. We don't have an exact fix on their location.
I think this is just lost.
Is sending us an envoy to aid in the rescue. The VIP and our Resistance contact are hunkered down in holding position somewhere in this area. Our highest priority is locating them first. But keep an eye out for any additional survivors nearby. Once you've secured the targets, move to the designated coordinates for extraction.
You're one of the members of the Bad Batch.
Out there, people.
So if you're just tuning in, we are testing out the Bad Batch. Just making sure they're working. I mean, I've already done the important testing, found and reported the glitches and whoopsies. Right now we're just having a little bit of fun with the Bad Batch before we call it a stream. Mainly so that my thumbnail isn't complete. Utter clickbait. But if you are just joining and wondering why Tech is called Tim and Crosshair is called Nass.Games, it's just because I didn't go to the bother of fixing their names.
Rolling out.
What did we find?
Enemy patrol on the move.
Okay.
Double time.
Now, Tech is not promoted to actually having the akimbo abilities, so he'll only do 1 pistol's worth of damage. Which is unfortunate. Well, I'm not going to keep these characters in the... in anything. And if I do a series where the Bad Batch are in it, they'll all be called the correct names. This throw knife. You have a chance to stay concealed? That's fun. I wonder if this has got like a custom animation or something. Let's find out.
We're visible here.
Oh well. I suppose if you hit one guy with a sniper or with a knife right beside another guy, he may notice. That's fun. Okay.
No need to ask twice.
Oh dear, I'm gonna find something else, aren't I?
Wait. Are those...
I don't care about the loss. Let me skip.
It appears the alien devices dropped during the first invasion had a degenerative effect on these citizens, causing their physical and mental health to rapidly decay while maintaining primitive organic functions. Approach with caution, Commander. They are certainly dangerous.
Do what I want to do. And I just so happen to want to shoot him. Oh. Unfortunate. Hey, he hit him.
Check him before you get too close.
Hoorah. I missed. Who likes hitting their targets anyways? I figured he'd run when he was flanked. Doesn't shock me. I need to rescue my VIP, which is not this guy. If you are just joining in, welcome. If you're just joining out,
let's move already.
Don't. Alrighty. Just using the Bad Batch to get some work done. But if you are just joining, I did on purpose misname 2 of my guys. That was intentional. Pew. Oh. Poncho's work on that sound is, oh, it's beautiful. I love this noise. It is a beautiful noise. If he hits or misses, it's just... Plus Crosshair's just
kill confirmed.
Making mincemeat out of these guys anyways. Wow. He hit all 3 of those?
Got it.
That was impressive.
Here I come.
I don't like you.
A visual confirmation on the VIP. Remember, getting that VIP to the extraction point supersedes.
You stream late at night, and it's just mean to be.
Happen to him.
I enjoy doing them, Tim. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. And thank you for being here.
Go, go, go!
I could stream if you weren't here, but if no one's here, then I'm just streaming to no one, and
readings are all over the place.
That does take the joy out of it.
Almost right on top of you. These lost seem to be pretty sensitive to noise. The sounds of combat are likely to draw even more of them. How many is that now?
Getting the work done.
Who's keeping score?
See, what I like about using
Running dry.
the base game voices is they recorded different variations of lines based on the attitude. So for someone like Wrecker, I can use the intense and it'll be all like, yeah, which he's supposed to be. But if I'm just using the clone voice, it's all the same voice. And it's like,
Orders confirmed. On the move. Reloaded. I guess that'll be okay.
But I'm using all the same voices, so you get a little bit of that variation in voice with a little bit of the attitude showing out. So that's kind of fun. At least I'd be playing something that I like. Well, that is a balance to find for sure. Odds of me hitting a 38% chance aren't great, but I believe in Nass here. We believe. Oh, I missed the close. He hit it! Oh, that's great. This won't hit, but I believe anyways. Hoorah!
Negative damage.
Oh, he is. The akimbo is working correctly now. That is so exciting. Sweet. Oh, I must have destroyed his cover. Cool stuff.
You want some more?
Yeah.
Negative. Weapons dry.
If you do want these screenshots, I'll have them up on the Discord in the display room. So you can look in the display room and see the screenshots that I've taken. Which I'm pretty sure have all been of the Bad Batch because they're pretty.
Let's do this.
Right. Oh, you've been doing great thus far. What's this ability? Plus 20 damage, plus 5 aim. Oh, you've actually got the ability that lines up with being a sniper. Nice. Oh, we finally missed. Is it missing the particle effect? Like the actual bullet? I didn't see a bullet go by.
You can't handle me.
Few can, right? Okay, well.
Shot failed to connect. Enemy eliminated.
If you're unfamiliar with XCOM,
Ammo's running low. Locked and loaded.
you can keep shooting Lost if you hit them and kill them.
Come get some. Affirmative. Covering out. Target disabled.
The Bad Batch is getting the work done, though. I do appreciate that. It just happens to be the RNG of it all, but... Oh, I overwatched with the knife.
That is not good.
Didn't know you could do that. Could you ever, out of sheer curiosity, put together a passable Purge Trooper out of the clone parts? Yes, I actually want to do that before I end the stream. I meant to do that before, and I forgot. Hit your target, and I believe in... Oh, it's got like a special effect.
Good riddance.
That's why I didn't see the blue, but it doesn't have the blue. Don't know if it's supposed to or not, but we're gonna assume it's not supposed to. It's got like a different particle. Cool beans. Okay, now I just, for the sake of, do I even have UI? Nope. Okay. UI toggle visibility, toggle unit outline, and do that, hit delete, then go over here. Oh, we got crouch shot. Oh, that is not one of the... Okay. Gimme! I give up. Ooh, new clone weapons. Or new Imperial weapons. Gimme. Yeah, it's all about getting the picture. Oh, for the image. Wish I could add some little bit of Dutch tilt to it. To turn your head sideways just for sake of... There we go. In case you were curious, you can use a controller concurrently. With, no, that can stay off. Nope, I'm using... Panicking. I'm panicking. Where's toggle unit? There it is. Nope, that's still toggle unit outline. I don't care about that. I care about the Ugle. Anyway.
Enemies down.
Good grief, it's just so darn pretty. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Hello, Tornadic. Tornat. I can read. Words are hard, but you know, I got there. I flubbed my way to victory.
I'm trusting you here. You see that? Running dry on ammo.
Could do that.
Keeping score?
To be
Ready to
completely
go.
honest with you.
Weapons empty. Can't engage.
Oh, I need to actually get up here and rescue the VIP. Oops.
Getting it done.
Get up there, Hunter. We did learn that you can overwatch with knives. So that's a thing.
Menace 1-5, you've got the primary targets in tow. Secure any additional
Oh, can you not post any links?
possible,
Nice.
but make sure you get our contacts to the evac point.
Which is over there someplace. So you get down there. You move up to there.
Okay, I'll go.
Get you overwatch. Get you hunkered down. Oh no, the loot expired. Whatever will I do?
Got it covered.
I think I'm out of enemies to remove from the equation. I don't think there's any enemies left on the map.
I'm ready. Moving to designated coordinates.
At least I got the mic turned off before I sneezed in anyone's ear.
Move.
Did I get any good pictures of Hunter? I don't know that I did. I definitely got one of Crosshair because I took the bother of doing it.
Good to go. VIP secure and
But yes, it does include, as far as I'm aware, the E11D.
Roger that.
Death Trooper
Firebrand has the VIP. Commander, we should get the rest of our people to the extraction point as
Oh
soon
wait,
as possible.
I forgot. There's people.
The longer we wait around, the worse our chances look.
That's alright, I don't want to rescue them. Because this playthrough doesn't matter past today. Alright, let's let Hunter go out on it.
Heading to that location.
Just have some fun here.
Hostiles pacified. Hostile neutralized. Drain him fast. Nailed him. Out of rounds.
Nah, we're still gonna go to town anyway.
Enemy destroyed.
And just for the sake of getting that good old-fashioned pretty picture, Yeah, bet you are. Just in case I didn't get one. And he hit a shot. It's always nice when they hit the shot. How about we chuck a knife? Oh, chuck a knife. Yeah, that's too far.
Taken care of.
Alright, let's overwatch with the pistol. Crosshair. Can you get... How many... attempting to interpret that all to English. I think it's how many, and then that's got to be nationalities. And then day is typically translated to of, which it usually does follow after normally. So if I reverse it, it still interprets to how many of nationalities, which does not help me understand what you're asking. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's just... Oh, it sounds so good. It's just... Yeah, this will end well for you. Oh, I overwatched with my with the knife again. How many nationalities we have on the live? There we go.
Not even close.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever asked people where they're from. But I am curious. I know I'm located in the US of A. If I recall correctly, Federico, who I do not think is currently on, is in Italy. Okay, the game betrayed me. When Paladin Hawk watches, he is from... Oh, that's fine. We're going to make the Purge Trooper if we can. I'm going to get his silly fast... Do it as fast as I can here. And we'll call it a night.
Just in time.
I don't know if Purge Troopers will get added to the game by Poncho or not.
All Xcom operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
Mission accomplished, Commander.
I don't even think I used any. Wow. He did not hit anything. Wrecker got some work done. Hunter did not miss. He didn't miss either, but look at that. 81%, 7 headshots. That's just... Okay. I'm from the UK, and it's like 3 a.m. Oh. So far, so good.
All Advent gene therapy clinics will be closed
I know
tomorrow
Dim
for
is from
Initial
Canada, if I recall
reports
correctly.
that the
I'm French,
suspension of
so
services
me it's
were
more
the
4
result
a.m.
of dissident
Oh.
activity have been dismissed as radical propaganda.
The nice thing that I will say about we're going to be doing a lot more streams in March, like I've said, and keep an eye out on the channel, turn the bell on, watch that video about the March updates as soon as you can. It's not out yet, but once it is out. We'll be streaming at different times of day, sometimes earlier, which will be nice for people across the pond to watch the stuff. No one's died yet, but it's pretty fitting that I don't care if people die or not,
Aliens
and
sure
they're
know how
doing
to turn a
fine.
planet into a Halloween theme park.
Wish I knew why that.
Zombie swarms.
I can't.
Just what we needed.
Oh, they look so good. There's the,
A glorious
Shush,
battle.
I don't care.
Advent stands no chance against our
Confirm bond. Yeah,
combined
take the picture of the
mighty
bond.
commander.
That's fitting.
If it improves morale, then I suppose there is no harm in it.
You bet your bippy there isn't. Okay, let's see, before we call it a night here, let's see how close we can get to making a, I think we can get obnoxiously, impressively close. I think it will shock you guys how close I can get this. Let's make the primary color all the way black. So we'll do that. Make the secondary color this darkish red here. And then let's see what we can do. Our community night of Battlefront 2. Yes! Or no. Let me try again with real words this time. No, I don't mind if you suggest that. Hang on, I need a picture of Purge Troopers. I'm trying to do this before. This is gonna be the last thing we do in the stream, anyways. But I'm trying to do it before poor Tim's phone dies. Purge Troopers. On order. There we go. I just need an image on the tablet. Give me something to work with here, people. That is not helpful. Let's see. I can get close-ish. Alright, so it's like essentially all black armor for the most part. We do have some special designs on the arms, which I don't think that I can easily replicate in the current build of the mod. Because we gotta go with something like just tinted. Like that. We'll have a lot of the... no, I'm sorry. I don't think I actually answered your question out loud. I sure did in my brain, though. I'm all for it. That's the short version. I just lost the arms that I'd picked. That's annoying. I think if we go with that... How close can I get? We're gonna have to... With all the customization options, that's the word that I wanted. Left shoulder, let's see. I think, let's see, Classic Republic. Well, I don't want Classic Republic. I guess I want that, which is controlled by what, the secondary color? Yeah, okay, it's controlled by the secondary color. I need a darker red. Shwink. Well, that's too maroon. There we go. Let's do something like that. Torso gear, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? With all these different options he's added. Do we have a left? I don't think that we do. I don't think I have a way that I can do this going the opposite direction. I don't think that that's... Hang on. Didn't you add new ones, dearest Poncho? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to do this quickly. It's not, really. It's not not happening fast, is it? We're not... Okay, what is it? It is that maroon red. So let's go ahead and alternate the arms. Yes, looks like sometimes it's dark red, sometimes it's white, but I'm gonna go with dark red, mainly because I only have so many different options to choose from. So go with the police force again. Torso is the same. Legs, it looks like, are essentially... If I looked really long and hard, I could probably find a leg option that would work better than just the standard. But I'm not going to tonight. Go with the tinted. I know that for the most part, we've got the comma of this variety there. And for the noggin, we just have to find the... We're attempting to do this as quickly as possible, with very little time put into it here. We're going to be pretty impressively close, all things being equal. It's not bad. Not very bad at all. Other than the wear being significant. And instead of the hardcore dark armor. And we don't have a pauldron that goes over the right shoulder, only over the left. It all depends on which picture I look at as to what the... Well, here's an image from the game itself. Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty darn close, all things being equal. I love YouTube. I love this YouTube. Tell me, please keep up the good work and mods and have a good day also. Well, you have a good day as well. I'm gonna go to bed here after not too short of a period of time. I would do a community night of Battlefront 2. Yeah. I really want to do something like that. I would love to spend a day playing with people. I don't know if we chat or not, but we definitely would be. Looks like the mods. Hey Tommy, is there a Galactic Empire Armory mod with a bunch of Stormtrooper customization in the works? I think Poncho answered that. Not Tommy, but I'm working on the Imp armor. Got an update for the weapons coming in a few minutes. Why is my name showing on the screen on the bottom left corner? Is it? Yeah, so, I mean, big things that you're missing. Considering I kit bashed it from... This just tells you how many customization options Poncho's got in it. We are impressively close, considering the helmet option doesn't actually exist. Alright, you have a great, I was going to say evening, but it sounds like it's already very much past nighttime and you should be asleep. There's other... If I could customize the secondary color of this helmet, we could get it closer. Can't, so, you know, is what it is. No customizing the color of the visor, because that's not part of the mod. So, again, it's not bad for a kit bash. Now I'm just curious if there's an arm that's closer. I don't think that there is. There's not many fully colored arms, is there? I'd need, like, the, because of the lines that are on it, to make it accurate, I would need... Oh. Oh, that's pretty close. Except, like, the lines are correct. The problem is that up here is black, it looks like on there. Arms. Yeah. But you probably could kit bash it a little bit closer if you really, 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 really wanted to. It's just part of the freedom of the mod that Poncho's put in. Because you can kind of mix and match the arms. I don't know if he'll be putting the Purge Troopers into the other thing that he's working on or not. But I digress. Still looks really good. Thank you to everyone who did watch. Again, you can go to the Discord server. It should be in the description, even though I messed up the hashtags, but that's neither here nor there, I don't guess. I do appreciate... Oh, I just hit the wrong button. I do appreciate... Purge Troopers will likely be in the imp mod, so there you go. Could be a different option of these guys, probably without some of the wear and tear of the clone armors, more than likely, if I had to hazard a guess. But not too bad, considering that you kind of have to kit bash them currently, but really a testament to the how good the mod is. I mean, frankly and factually. But anyways, thank you for everyone who watched and helped me test it. I did send the list to Poncho. I don't think, before I end it, I just want to make sure that he didn't have any questions for me that I missed. No, it doesn't look like he did. I sent him everything that I was aware of. Just as an FYI, if you play XCOM 2, somebody by the name of Rusty Dios, and in conjunction with Mr. Shadow CX, implemented a ton of new emblems, target icons. So there's that for sake of illustration. I don't even know. I assume it's way too tiny on the screen, but that just released here within the past few minutes. Definitely worth checking out. If you're watching the replay, it's already out. But it adds 84 new icons. A lot. All of the CX enemy mods now have icons, which is great. The ABA Primes, Faction Heroes, Clauses enemies, Elite Aliens, and the Muton Centurions all have images, which is great. That's awesome. That's really exciting. So again, if you play it, XCOM a lot against the aliens, that's a great mod to use. Imp weapons are uploading now, so I assume that's publicly. And I can't wait to try those Imperial weapons out on XCOM 2. Out of curiosity, give me just a second. There's my mod list. I want to see. This is what Poncho's talking about. So we've got updated 11. E11D, looking snazzy as ever. The repeating blaster, what, the TL50? Excuse me? They should be live now. Is there... Like, are they live for just me or live for the world? I assume live for the world. I'm going to assume live for the world until he corrects me. Updated pistol. Oh, don't quote me on the name of that pistol. I don't remember. What is that? Is that a sniper or is that the DL? I'm calling everything DL. Live for all. There you go. So if you're watching the replay, you can pick these up now. I assume. Let's go to Steam. Let's go to Steam. RK3 and the DLT. All right. Well, I was along this correct lines of. So you can just click on Workshop here, And they should be in the most recent. And they should be in the most recent. I don't think they are. I'm too excited. But they'll be up in a couple of seconds anyway. They'll get there. Here's the sniper, which is looking snazzy as ever. In this image, it's got missing textures. I assume he noticed it and fixed it. It was an update, not an upload. Oh, I'm dumb. Solid. Empire Armory. I think that should get me close enough. Oh, I wish I could remember the names of things. Is it not called Armory? Empire Weapons? This is part of the stream where I make a fool of myself. Fine. I'll just go to Poncho. We'll go over here to make sure I don't spoil anything ahead of time, which I don't think I am. Okay, what are you called, mod? Because I'm certain Poncho's already told me. It's called the Star Wars Imperial Armory, which is why Empire wasn't popping up. So this got updated. With some really weird characters. I don't know what happened there. We'll figure it out. Anyways, I assume this is the mod that got updated. Yeah, the glass is fixed. Okay. Going back. This is the something 800 or... Don't ask me the names, but anyways. All the beefy weapons from Battlefront 2. It looks like he added. So that's really exciting, just as a kind of a culmination to the stream here. No, I hit a button. Suggestion for a shotgun for you, Imperial Armory Mod. You could look into the E11E blast cannon from the original BF2. Now I'm curious what that is. E11 blast cannon. No, well, that's not helpful. Was it supposed to be E11? Talking about that Java looking thing? I bet he is. Okay. Anyway, I do hope that you guys have had a awesome day. If you did watch the replay, always exciting. And I appreciate it. Again, keep an eye out. I'm going to be getting some videos up in the next couple of days. Hopefully the next part of the Death Watch for those who care about that. And then I assume you can keep a lookout for the updates to the Clone Armor whenever they're released. Either soon or not soon. I have no idea. They will release when they release. Just to answer that question ahead of time. But have a great evening all. See you guys.